Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you are in the world, look around you. The modern executive landscape is a whirlwind of deadlines, demands, and relentless pressure. We chase growth, market share, and profitability with an almost religious flavor in our life, but beneath the polished suits and the confident presentations, how many of us feel a genuine sense of peace? How many leaders, despite their towering achievements, secretly battle stress, anxiety, and an insatiable desire for more? Today, we are going to step away from the latest business bestsellers and the leadership gurus. We are going to journey back time over 7,000 years to an ancient battlefield where the timeless conversation took place. A conversation that holds a profound secret for every CEO, every manager, every aspiring leader seeking not just success but true sustainable peace. We are talking about Bhagavad Gita, often called the ultimate leadership blueprint or manual. And specifically, we are going to unlock the wisdom of chapter 2, verse 71. It's a verse that on surface might seem counterintuitive to everything we have taught in the business school. And it stands, and the quote starts: peace comes to one who gives up all desires for self enjoyments, give up his ego, give up greed, as well as a sense of ownership. Well, let's read that again. Give up all desires for self enjoyment, give up his ego, give up greed, as well as sense of ownership. In a world that champions ambition, self interest, and aggressive acquisition, this verse offers a radical yet incredibly powerful alternative path. Let's break down this. First, give up all desires for self enjoyment and give up greed. Does this mean we shouldn't strive for success, wealth, or a comfortable life? Not at all. The Gita is not advocating for any kind of just going away in the forest and sitting on meditation. Well, and it is also not telling you to not participate in the boardroom. Instead, it's about the motivation behind your actions. Think about it. When our primary driver is a personal gain, solely for our own enjoyment, our own comfort, our own status, our actions become inherently stressful. We constantly keep comparing and protecting, constantly fearing any loss. This breeds anxiety, scarcity, and different kind of mentality and often unethical behavior. Imagine a CEO driven only by a size of their bonus or the glory of their name in the headlines. Every decision comes like a tug of war between their personal agenda and the greater good of the company, the employees, or even society. The Gita suggests the true peace and paradoxically often greater success comes when we elevate our purpose beyond mere self gratification. When our desire shift from what's there for me in this to how can I serve. Next, and perhaps most challenging for many leaders, is the next portion of this verse, which is giving up ego. The ego that is a powerful sense. I am the doer. I am in control. I know best, and it can become formidable obstacle to growth and peace. In leadership, any unchecked ego can manifest as: first, inability to delegate effectively. No one can do it as well as I can, so then you don't want to delegate to your team, even though you have an excellent team. Second, resistance to feedback. They don't understand my vision at all. I am the best. And you stop taking feedback. Third, micromanagement. Because the ego demands control over every detail. You want to be there everywhere. And I'm sure we have all seen such people, our bosses as well as our juniors. Fourth, blame culture. When things go wrong, the ego protects itself by pointing fingers. The ego might fuel initial success, but it almost always hinder long-term sustainable leadership. When a leader operates from an ego-free space, they become facilitator and enabler. They listen more and empower more and truly collaborate. They don't fear being challenged because their identity isn't tied to always being right. This humility doesn't diminish their authority, it enhances it, earning respect and fostering a truly engaging team. Finally, giving up a sense of ownership. This is perhaps the most revolutionary concept for a modern executive. We are taught to own our projects, own our results, own our failures, and especially own our companies. But the Gita asks us to consider a deeper truth. What do we truly own? Our wealth? Our position? Even our lives? All of this is temporary, don't you think? When we cling to sense of absolute ownership, we become enslaved by it. We become possessive, fearful of loss, and unable to adapt to change. For the ego-free executive, which is free from ownership, the ownership transformation into stewardship happens. You are not the ultimate owner, but a temporary guardian, a steward responsible for the well-being and growth of the organization, its people, and impact on the world. The perspective frees you from a crippling fear of losing what you own and empowers you to make more decisions that serves the highest good rather than just protecting the perceived assets. It creates a culture of shared responsibility where everyone feels they have a stake because the leader isn't hoarding the sense of mine. So, what is the ultimate payoff for embracing this ancient wisdom? This isn't just about personal inner calm. It reverberates throughout the entire organization. An ego-free executive makes clearer, less biased decisions, unclouded by personal desires or fear of criticism. Fosters a culture of trust and collaboration because their teams feel empowered, not controlled. Inspire loyalty. Employees feel valued and part of a larger purpose. Achieve sustainable growth built on services, ethics, and collective effort, not just aggressive self interest. Experience genuine work life balance. The constant internal struggle and attachment to outcome diminishes, allowing for mental freedom. This isn't about being passive or lacking ambition. It's about channeling ambition for a higher purpose, leading with wisdom, and finding profound peace in the process. So, how can you apply chapter 2, verse 71 today in our own, real environment? First, reflect on motivations. Are you primary driver or primarily driven by self enjoyment? Or there is a broader purpose? Ask yourself. Number 2, practice humility. Actively seek feedback, empower your team, and admit when you don't know. People have this problem, they don't know how to say no. We all know that, right? So, this is something which you have to do actively. Number 3, shift from ownership to stewardship. View your role as a temporary guardian responsible for well-being of your organization, your group, your team, etc. Number 5, meditate on detachment. Understand that while you strive for results, your peace doesn't depends entirely on them. There are other things in life. The journey to become an ego free executive isn't easy, but it promises not just external success, but the invaluable gift of inner peace, a peace that radiates, transforming your leadership, your team, and your entire organization. Friends, what do you think about this? Thank you for joining on this exploration of an ancient wisdom for modern times. May your leadership be guided by purpose, humility, and profound peace. And I will catch you again very soon in the next one.